We're live. Great, Victoria.
Hello, Joseph. Hello, Victoria.
Hi, Antonia. And good afternoon to you all. And thank you for joining us for this final session of the webinar series today.
Thank you, Joseph, for having us. So this is the final session of the Emerging Trend webinar series. And we hope that you all have your seatbelts fastened and ready to join us as we take a trip into the world of emerging technologies. So on the call today, you will hear from Victoria. Victoria will join us in a minute. And then you also hear from Joseph. So I am Antonia Kabo Obo, the school head of the Dovecote Educational Center in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. And like I said, Victoria will join us in later and Joseph is here. So Joseph, could you just say hi to our audience?
Thank you very much. And hi to everyone watching us from wherever you are. My name is Joseph Igosukunuja. I am the ICT instructor at Bloomberg Schools, Port Harcourt, Nigeria. And it's a pleasure to have you here with us today. Thank you, Antonia.
Thank you very much, Joseph. So to bring this session to life, we have had input from many wonderful people. So today we're going to say thank you again to Barbara, to Katie, to Karen, and to Luthando for your hard work in getting the content for this session ready for today. So as usual, Barbara is on the chat again, so be sure to say hi to us. Let us know where you're calling in from, and be sure to engage on the chat with us today. So now we're going to say thank you once again to our partners, the partners who have brought this session and the entire series to be a reality. So as usual, we'll be saying thank you to Open Networks, to Snaplify Education, and to MKB Consulting. You've all done wonderful jobs in getting this ready. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm here with Joseph, and Joseph is an experienced educator when it comes with Google for Education. So Joseph, could you just share with us your experience with Google for Education?
Thank you very much, Antonia. My experience with Google for Education environment started 4 years back, even before the COVID. Okay, so, and I must tell you, using the Google environment for teaching and learning has been awesome. It has changed everything about teaching and learning for me and my learners. In fact, it's a game changer. And I know those of us who are watching right now, who have also used the environment, can testify to that. Thank you, Atine.
Well, thank you very much, Joseph. I haven't had as much experience as Joseph has had using Google for Education tools. But I can say to you that in my almost 2 decades of teaching, the last 1 year has been fantastic. Having to work with Google for Education tools has made me get to love teaching the more, and my learners have loved learning. I've actually seen a lot of transformation in my class, and I'm really, really glad that I have an experience working with Google for Education. Now, as I mentioned earlier, today's session is the final session of a 10-part webinar series, and we have been running this webinar series since March. Now, we have focused on the 8 emerging trends of education, which are digital responsibility, life skills and workforce preparation, computational thinking, student-led learning, collaborative classrooms, connecting guardians and schools, and today we'll be looking at emerging technology. So I'm glad that Victoria is here to tell us more. So welcome, Victoria.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Antonia and Joseph. My name is Victoria Victor. I am the ICT teacher at Hope Spring Foundation School, and I am going to be walking you through the world of emerging technologies. Thank you so much, Antonia, for taking us through the eight emerging trends. All right, great. Thank you so much. So I know today's session we're focused on emerging technologies, and so we're going to find out what this term means. Joseph, I would like you to tell us what emerging technology means.
Thank you very much, Victoria. Right now, as we talk, there is no one universally acceptable definition of emerging technologies. But according to the Independence University, it is a new technology that is being currently developed or will be developed within the next 5 to 10 years. Of course, we have some of this technology right here with us. Okay, and we are also using them today, right now. So as we go on, we'll see how we use this technology on a daily basis.
All right,
And also,
Antonia, let us
yeah,
see.
to add to what Joseph has said, the term emerging technology is already here with us, like he said, and this applies to technologies that are currently creating or will create positive, lasting economic, environmental, and social impact in our society. So, yes, these technologies are already here with us.
Great. Thank you so much, Antonia, for that. All right. So, according to the Future of the Classroom report, emerging technologies enable more innovative and engaging teaching methods and learning experience. Just think about all we've achieved so far in the course of this webinar series. All right, so now in the course of the webinar series, I know Joseph has been really, really active. So I would like him to share with us his experience there.
Thank you very much, Victoria. Every second week since March, okay, the YouTube chat has been alive with experienced educators chatting, sharing experiences and exciting ideas in order to help everyone become just as excited as these tools that we are talking about in emerging technology. So we get experiences from experienced educators sharing their resources with us, how they have used these Google tools, and we are learning from them on a daily basis as we attend these sessions. We've also had connections. I have friends on the YouTube chat I always look forward to seeing. And even the resources they post there, the link to resources we get there, they are awesome. So we always love using all of this. And I look forward to that. And today we are right here and they are also there commenting.
Exactly. My favorite part is the links that Barbara always leave in the chat. So, teachers have also been connecting across Africa every week through cohort check-ins and the YouTube webinar chats, simply just collaborating and offering support to one another. How amazing to see teachers working on projects together from across Africa. Antonia, what has been your experience on this?
Yes, Victoria, it has been an awesome one. Like you used the word collaborating, and I think that's one of the main skills that we need as educators in the 21st century. So, yes, working on this project, we have actually been collaborating with educators across Africa. We have educators across Africa working on a project, the Walk About Africa project, where you have bodies getting to work on a particular country, investigating the culture, getting to know about facts about this country. And it's been a wonderful experience. And just collaborating, Victoria, we've actually been learning a lot of technology skills while doing this. So it's been a fantastic experience. And I think this is what we need in Africa, more of collaboration.
Yes, I'm glad that you're enjoying the experience as well. In the words of Ignacio Estrada, if children are not learning the way we teach, we should teach them the way they learn. Joseph and Antonia, how have the Google for Education tools changed the way your learners learn, and what benefits have they derived from them? Starting with you, Joseph.
Thank you very much, Victoria. With every session we attend, there are resources that are shared and also tools. So it's amazing to see how these ideas and tools have been adopted into classrooms across Africa and how this has transformed teaching and learning. As you can see right there, my learners are the ones in charge of their own learning. All I have to do is just to guide them with some questions, and off they go. They work together on collaborative documents, and they are the ones that will also consume the contents of the document once we are done. And we also take visual tours to places that we are not able to visit physically. And that is awesome also. We work on projects. They work on projects for every term. They have to defend one project, which is awesome. With these tools, we are good to go.
Great. I'm excited that you're having fun while at it as well, Joseph. And I see that you're doing so much with your learners. All right, so this is many thanks to technology for allowing this and making it happen for all of us. Also, it is really amazing to see the many changes around us that technology has brought. Do you agree with this statement, Joseph, that the way the world is navigated is the way we are navigating the world is changing? If you do, tell us why.
Yes, I agree. Not just changing, it has changed and is still changing. Okay? The way we are navigating the world right now has changed. Now, think about it. You see individuals talk to their devices, their phones, and the devices talk back at them, giving them the answers that they seek. Okay? We also see individuals who hum or just clap or make a sound. They turn on or turn off lights in their houses. We also have individuals who talk to devices in their homes, and the devices take over domestic chores in the houses. So these are ways technology is changing the way we navigate the world. And our learners need to learn all of this so that they can navigate the world better in their own way.
Great. I totally agree with you because with Google Maps, we can navigate the world just whether by traveling or by working. So with the live view in Google Maps, you can also get to see live directions and visualize your directions while walking or traveling. Later in this session, we're going to take you on a demonstration and I would like you to let us know what should educators do with these emerging technologies.
Yes, it's awesome that we have all these technologies in place, especially the live view on Google Maps. As educators, we need to be aware of these technologies. Even if we don't have total understanding of this technology, we should just be aware of the basic understanding and how they impact our lives. So in that way, we can help our learners to understand the world they live in better and navigate it in a better way.
True. We need to stay relevant
Also,
in our
yes,
times. Go ahead.
that's true. Also, emerging technologies includes all of the following, but not limited to them. We have artificial intelligence, we have augmented reality, we have visual reality, we have 3D printing, machine learning, and robotics. Okay, so these are some of the areas in emerging technology. But time will fail us when we start to talk about all of them. So we are just going to focus on four of them. And the first one is artificial intelligence, followed by machine learning, visual reality, and finally we will look at augmented reality. So at this point, I'll be handing over to Antonia, who will tell us more about some of them.
All right, Antonia.
Well, artificial intelligence, as we know, is all about making machines to be smart. Okay, so that's what artificial intelligence or AI that we call it is all about. It's all about making machines to be smart. having that thinking faculty, so to speak, so that they are able to carry out tasks without assistance or very little assistance from humans. So that's what it's actually means. And this means that we are able to give computers the ability to think and learn. The first example is the online assistants that can help you to navigate certain websites. So I know that Joseph is so much into machine learning, he cannot wait to share with us. So
Yes,
Joseph,
Joseph.
I know you have that.
Yes, I agree with you. Thank you very much. When I was writing one of my exams, I used the online chatbots for help. Okay, so machine learning is another branch of AI. Okay, but this time we are focusing on building machines or computers that can learn and adapt without human intervention. So the computers can learn from the environment, can learn from the people in the environment, and they can adapt in whatever situations they find themselves. Now, this is a great way of analyzing data and also identify patterns in data. Earlier this year, I watched a movie called Next Generation 2018. It was an animated movie. In the movie, it's all about robots. So robots were created to learn from the people they interact with. One of the robots, which was so powerful, learned from the little child, recognized the child, and in everything the child does, it follows the child and protects the child. So that is what we're looking at in machine learning. Not only machine learning, we should be talking about visual reality. So, Victoria, tell us more about visual reality.
Okay, with virtual reality, okay, it makes you feel like you're somewhere else. Okay, it
Yeah.
includes images, sounds, and other sensations. Next, we're going to talk about augmented reality. It is the ability to add virtual things into a space. This can mean overlaying videos, animations, or sounds into the real world around us. And so, in the example on the right, you can see a fox has been added to the street, but not physically. And so, with this, you can begin to imagine what our learners can be able to do with virtual reality. Well, today we'll be looking at different Google tools that will integrate these technologies. And so let's watch a video of how technology has impacted our life.
My name is Martha Lade. I am happily married to a wonderful husband and we live in the Solo area of Lagos State. I'm a computer engineer and most of my work revolves around working with women and girls in technology. Williams is the third of our three kids. He is 10 years old now, very energetic and very funny. Growing up, Williams had some struggles reading. At 9, he was still struggling. He began to lose confidence in reading. I was really, really worried. We bought books for him. We changed his school, but nothing worked. During the COVID-19 lockdown, Google actually came up with various initiatives to keep parents and children engaged. I came across a tweet that there was going to be a webinar for parents and children on online safety. During the course of the webinar, the presenter talked about Read Along, and I asked, what is Read Along? And she explained that it's a reading app for children. Immediately after the webinar, I installed the app. I gave the phone to Williams and introduced the app to him. To my surprise, Williams embraced the app. The reading assistant was very, very, friendly. And from someone who is not able to read more than 3 minutes, Williams reads up to 90 minutes at a stretch.
Try to earn more stars this time.
The ball is blue.
Great reading, that was fast.
Williams now reads books that he had discarded before. I am more confident about Williams' future because he can read well. Not just reading well, he now loves to read. It has put my heart at rest. I want to encourage parents who probably have children struggling to read to take advantage of this app so that their children can learn at their own pace.
Wow. It is clear from that video that technology really does have the ability to transform lives. From smartphones and watches to computers that become more portable each day, we are able to communicate faster and accomplish tasks with ease. Technology has really made life fun, easier, and better. Joseph, what other Google tools are out there for teachers and learners to use? Take us on a demonstration at this time.
Yes. One of the amazing tools we have is the Autodraw. Okay, Autodraw is a great way to create images. Even if you are not a good artist, you can create images quickly and use them for whatever purposes you need to. So to get to the Autodraw homepage, just open a new tab and type autodraw.com. Autodraw.com, hit the enter key, and straight it takes you to the Autodraw homepage that you can see right on my screen now. When you get to the Autodraw homepage, at the top left, you have the menu. You click on the menu, you can select any of the paper sizes to start with. So let's use this. Now we have the tools right here on the left hand side. The first one is select. We have auto draw, draw. We have type, feed, shape, color. We have zoom, undo, and delete. So I'm going to use the auto draw to draw a shape and see how it works. So I'll pick the auto draw, then pick a color of my choice. So I'm going to use this color pink, and I'm going to draw a car. Okay, I'm drawing a car and see how the auto draw will help me to complete this drawing. My drawing is not perfect. What I am drawing, imagine what our learners could do with this tool when given to them. So that's my drawing. It's not perfect, but AutoDraw has done a very good job to suggest to me some of these drawings right here at the top, as you can see. So I can pick any one, and AutoDraw will automatically complete my drawing for me. So I'm going to pick this and see what AutoDraw gives to me. My car. Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, now this shape I just draw, the car, I can download it. So just go to the menu at the top left and download it as a PNG file, and you can use it anywhere on the internet. So that's it. You see it right here. It has been downloaded as a PNG file into my system. And this is a great tool. Of course, it's a great tool. It's one of the many examples of machine learning. Think about all the possibilities that machine learning can open up for our learners. The thought is inspiring. So we are going to take a little dive into machine learning and see other areas where we can use machine learning. Thank you, Victoria.
All right, great. Wow. Truly inspiring. Okay, so I want you to imagine a world where computers can help those with accessibility needs navigate the world around them. In this GIF, we can see how this gentleman is able to turn the lights in his house on simply by humming. Antonia, what are your thoughts on this?
Victoria, this is heart touching to see that technology can give hope and purpose to people who have accessibility issues. It's really heart touching. And I look forward to some time when on the continent of Africa, these technologies will be available to the millions of people who are currently having accessibility issues so that they can return to having hope in life. So, and just even to think about it, we could even teach our doors to unlock for us. Victoria, did you know that? That you can
Oh, yes.
teach your doors to unlock for you or your family members or even your pets by having to recognize your fingerprints or doing facial recognition. So it's just simply amazing what technology has to offer for us. So Victoria, I'm really excited particularly about this aspect of technology that hope can be restored to people with accessibility needs.
I love what you said there. But there are so many examples of machine learning, and I'm going to hand over to Joseph to take us on a demonstration of an online platform that explores machine learning.
Yes, thank you very much, Victoria. So this time, another platform to explore machine learning on is the Teachable Machine. A teachable machine, you can use it to train or program your device or your computer to recognize you, your family members, your pets, a specific music genre you love so much, or a movement or anything around you. So to get to the Teachable Machine homepage, just open a new tab, type teachablemachine.withgogo.com, and there you go. Takes you straight to the homepage of the Teachable Machine. And this is where we are right now. At the top left, you have the menu. You can start a new project. You can open a project from Drive. You can open a project from File. And you also get how to right away from here. Okay, so you can teach the machine using image, audio, or a pulse or movement. Right now, we're going to use image. We're going to teach the machine to recognize Joseph. So I'll click on image project, then I will use a standard image model. Click on it. And right here, to gather my samples, we use classes. At least you should have 2 classes, okay? So you can rename the classes right from here. This is class 1. I'm going to name this as me. And class 2, I'm going to name it me and phone. Okay, so now next is to gather my sample of images that I want to use. To do that, I can upload images from my system or I can use my webcam. So I'm going to use the webcam to gather image samples. So you can see me right there in the webcam. I'm going to hold to record at least 20 image samples. Okay, now I move my head out. I have 27 image samples right here. So I may not need all of them. You can delete any of the samples. Just hover your mouse over any one of them and click on delete. So I need at least 20 to get started. So I have 21 right there. For the second class, this time is me and my phone. So I'm going to use a webcam also, and I'm going to capture me and the phone together. Okay, so I have 29 image samples right here. So let me take some out. You can delete any of the images right there. Now, the image samples that you just gathered, you can decide to delete the class. So just come to the 3 dots at the top of the class. You can delete the class from here or disable the class or remove all the samples that you just gathered. Or you can download the samples to your system or you save the samples to your drive. So once this is set, the next stage is to train the machine to recognize these samples. So you come to train, just click on train model. So once you click on train model, it will prepare the data for training to train the machine to recognize the samples of images that has been captured. Okay, now training has started. It's training right away as you see it here now. If you hover your mouse over it, it will turn to stop training, but don't stop the training. And while the training is going on, please don't switch tabs. Stay on this tab until the training is completed. So once the training is completed, we can now run a test to show how this machine can actually recognize me and my phone, and use it in any other case. So training is completed, model has been trained. And you can see inputs right here. I can turn off the input from here and turn it on using a webcam. And you can see me from the output is 100%. The machine recognized me. Okay, now let me bring my phone closer. So me and my phone, wow, that's 100% also. So the machine also recognized me and my phone. Imagine what our learners can do with this tool. This technology in the hands of our learners, what they can do is unimaginable. So this is another great platform to explore machine learning. Thank you very much, Victoria.
Thank you for that demonstration. A whole world of possibility is left for our learners. So now we're going to take a moment to watch a video. Machines are wonderful things, and when used correctly, they are highly effective for us. Let's take a look at this video.
Okay, Google, play the morning playlist.
Okay, playing morning playlist.
Okay, Google, play music in all rooms.
Okay, Google, I'm listening.
Your flight to Portland is delayed by 30 minutes.
Change my dinner reservation tonight from 7:30 to 8.
Your reservation at Andina is now confirmed for 8 p.m.
Hey, Google, text Louise. Flight is delayed. Dinner moved to 8.
Okay, message sent.
Morning.
Morning. Hey, Google, turn the lights on in Kevin's room.
I thought you finished that already.
I forgot. Okay, Google, what's apples in Spanish?
Manzanas.
Hey, Google, has my package shipped?
Yes, it's already shipped. It'll arrive tomorrow.
Ooh, is that for me?
Maybe.
Interesting.
Okay, Google, how many stars are in our galaxy?
Well, there are about 100 to 400 billion stars, according to space.com.
Which star is the closest?
According to NASA, the nearest star system is Alpha Centauri.
Can you show me what it looks like on the TV?
Okay, Google, how's the traffic from Pebble Rock School to the airport?
Your normal route has heavy traffic. There's a faster one that'll take about 35 minutes. I've sent it to your phone.
Okay. Go.
Dad!
Hey, Google, what's on the calendar today?
The first event is Space Day at Kevin's school. It starts at 8 a.m.
Space Day. Are you ready, buddy?
Ready.
Let's go.
Come on. Okay, Google. Bye.
Goodbye.
Wow, that's a Google Home device. And with the Google Home device, you can quickly access and play music. This allows for brain breaks. Music also helps to keep you company and also gets people up and moving, which is what we need after all. And of course, it also can be used for dancing. Who doesn't love dancing? Antonia, I know you do love dancing. Tell us more on how educators can use this.
Oh, yes, Victoria, I love to dance. And everyone, our learners also love to dance. So you could actually use the Google Home device for brain breaks in your classes. You could use them to play background music in class while your learners are working on activities, or even read audiobooks aloud for your learners. Or you could also run searches online. There's actually a lot that you can do with the Google Home device, and then you can also use it for classroom management. I'm sure a lot of you educators would like to know that. You can set alarms for when to end one activity and move on to another activity, because oftentimes when we're excited or carried away with activities, we usually have issues managing our transitions. So you can actually use the Google Home device to set alarms, to remind you of when to transit to another activities, or also about important events like photo day or birthdays. So there's actually a lot of fun that the Google Home device can bring into your classroom. You can also get your Google Home device to welcome your learners to school. So as they come into school, they say, "Hey Google, how are you today?" And Google says, "Welcome to class." So when they're done for the day, as they go, they have to say bye to Google. "Hey Google, bye." And I can tell you that is something your learners will always look forward to. They will want to come to school very early just to say hello to Google Home device. So it's actually fantastic. And I think that every educator should have one in their classrooms, Victoria.
Yes, it will be so much fun for them. All right, so Joseph, in what ways can Google Home device be useful for learners?
Well, the device is a great one. And just like as we see from the video, it works with simple statements and questions. So it can be used to encourage our learners to ask it questions to get answers. Okay, so question asking is a great skill. So with the Google Home device, we can encourage our learners to ask effective questions to get answers easily using that particular device in the classroom. And imagine what our learners can do. I'm just thinking right now what my learners are doing with this device.
So, even the act of asking questions becomes a learning experience. And all you need to
Yes.
do is just ask specific questions and then you get an answer. Now, there are so many different devices that you can purchase, each one having different features. But the range means that you will definitely be able to find one that fits your needs and personality. So now we're going to go over to Antonia, who is going to take us on a demonstration on how we can use a great tool called Google Assistant on your mobile.
Thank you so much, Victoria. So the Google Assistant is one very helpful tool that we can use in our classes. So I'm just going to go to Google Assistant and I'm going to activate my mic. Okay, so I'm going to speak to it. I say, hey Google, what's today's date?
It is Thursday, the 22nd of July, 2021.
Thank you. Hey Google, which is the best hotel in Port Harcourt?
I found a few of the best hotels near Port Harcourt.
Thank you, Google. Hey Google, how old is Biden?
Joe Biden is 78 years old.
Oh, so you can see from this is a really interactive search that you can use in your class. So it's not like just typing, you're actually speaking and the device is speaking back to you. So it's very interactive. So by just asking how old Joe Biden is, I have Donald Trump is 75, Jill Biden is 70, Nancy Pelosi 81. So, and you can go on, but just speaking to the device. I don't need to go typing. This assistant is always by me and it makes work easy, especially for us educators who are sometimes overwhelmed with a lot of work. So you have this assistant that can actually help you while you're working on other devices. So I'm sure, Victoria, you will love this.
All right, thank you so much, Antonia. Let's watch a video on how we can use the Google Assistant and how powerful it is as well.
Hey Google, book a table for 2 at El Cocotero on Tuesday at 7.
All right, just in case that's not available, can I try between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m.?
Sure.
All right, I'll call to book under your name and phone number, and I'll update you in the next 15 minutes. Is that okay?
Perfect, thanks.
El Cocotero, how may I help you?
Hi, I'm the Google Assistant calling to make a reservation for a client. This automated call will be recorded. Can I book a table for Tuesday the 12th?
Okay, cool. And how big is the party?
It's for 2 people.
Great. And when did you say they want to come in?
Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Okay, let me check. I don't have 7, but we can do 8.
Yeah, 8 p.m. is fine.
Perfect. And can I get their name?
First name is Anna.
Okay. We'll see Anna Tuesday. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thanks a lot.
Anna for 2.
Right this way.
Yeah. So, with all these powerful technologies that is being developed, it can be scary to think of, oh, okay, this is just too much. It might invade my privacy. But now I'd like Joseph to have us take a look at what Google believes AI should do for us.
Yes, it's scary when you start thinking about the negative sides of this technology in your own imagination. But we and Google, we believe that AI should do all of these for us. One, it should be beneficial to the society in which it is used. So if the technology is not beneficial to the society, there's no point bringing it on board. Then it should avoid producing or reinforcing unfair biases. It should be safe and secure, be held accountable to people, incorporate privacy principles, support high standards of scientific excellence, as well as be available for uses that align with these principles. So this is what we believe that AI should do for us. On the other hand, let's look at what AI should not do, as Antonia tell us more about that.
Well, thank you, Joseph. Yes, so like you said, there's actually a lot that AI should do for us, but then there are also the others that AI should not do for us. So, for instance, AI should not be used to cause overall harm to those in the society. Okay, so it shouldn't cause harm as we use these technologies. It shouldn't cause harm. It shouldn't be used as weapons or cause direct injuries to the people around you. And you could just be so safe using it. It should be used for beneficial purposes and not to be used for surveillance or to violate other people's rights. Okay, and then you shouldn't also infringe on other people's privacy or contravene internal laws and human rights. So wherever you're going to be using these devices, you need to check up on what the internal laws say about it. And then most importantly, it should support high standards of scientific excellence. Thank you very much. Over to you, Victoria.
Great. All right, Joseph, I would like you to take us on a demonstration of other tools, and let's have you do that now.
Yes, thank you very much, Victoria. So Chrome experiment is another powerful place where we can really find some cool AI experiments and exploit most of the possibilities we have in AI. So to get to the Chrome experiment, just open a new tab and type experiment.withgoogle.com. So once you type experiment.withgoogle.com, it takes you straight to the Chrome experiment. So here we have different categories of Chrome experiments using AI. We have Chrome and music. We also have the globe, and we also have Chrome and the web globe. And the rest of the experiments we have here. There are so many experiments. Shared piano, and one of the experiments I love most is this: a century of surface temperature anomalies. This is a great way to learn about how the surface temperature has changed over the centuries. Okay, so to launch it, you click on Launch Experiment. So we are going to launch this experiment and look at how it works. Imagine what our learners can learn from such experiments. As you see on the screen right now, this is the surface temperature of the Earth. So the colors and the height of the spikes are used to indicate the average temperature, how it has changed from 1951 to the 1980s and up to the present. So blues and purples shows temperatures cooler than the average, okay? While reds, yellows, and oranges show temperatures warmer than the average. And what you have on the screen right now is the 9010s surface temperature average you see right here. Let's go to 1920s. At the left hand side, click on 1920s. It takes you, you see we have little changes on the average surface temperature. Then 1930s, coming to the 1930s, you see the kind of damage man has done to the environment, affecting the surface temperature of the Earth. As we move on, you see the effects is growing, getting worse by the day. Let's go to 1980s. In the 1980s, yellow is more, and the spike heights are. So, which means the average temperature is warmer right here. In the 90s, look at the 90s. Wow. Imagine what our learners will learn from such experiments when they are playing around with them. Coming to the 20s, this is what we have. 2000s. You see, it is becoming red, which means the temperature is becoming warmer and warmer. And in the 2010s, this is what we have right here. Okay, you see, the surface temperature is very warm. And compared to today, where we are in the 2021, what happens? Our learners can actually learn a great deal from this. Another of the experiments I love so much is that of the Morse typing trainer for Gboard. Okay, the Morse typing trainer for Gboard, you can use it to train your learners on how to recognize Morse code and how to use them. Okay, so I just launched it and it's loading right away. So we're going to learn the Morse code and how to use it. So Morse typing trainer, and we're going to play a demo of it in desktop right here. So it's loading. You have the dots, you have the dash. What do they represent, and how do we combine them? So for A, you have the dots and the dash for A. Okay, so you can combine this and memorize this so that you can use it later. Then to get B, we have the dash and three dots. Dash and three dots will give you B. Then we have C, just like that. So we can continue going. I'm going to skip this and let's go on to the redo. So A, to get A, you click the dot and the dash, you get your A right there. Okay. To get T is a dash, and to get E, E is just the dots. So our learners can memorize this code and use them. T is dash, okay, while the E is the dots, A is dot and the dash. Okay, so imagine what our learners can do with this Morse code. By the time they know all the pictures and memorize them, it's actually a great place to explore AI. Another great tool is voice typing, and I know Antonia have used voice typing. So will you please demonstrate to us how we can use voice typing to save us time, Antonia?
Thank you very much, Joseph. Joseph, you know I am a lover of Google Docs and all the fantastic tools that you can find there. The last time we talked about lesson planning, we looked at easy ways to plan your lesson. So here is a fantastic tool you can use. So rather than keeping your hands on the keyboard and typing, you could actually speak to Google Docs and then it's going to type out everything to you. So what you want to do is go to docs.google.com and then you open up a blank page, and then up here you would go to tools. Under tools, you're going to find voice typing. So if you click on voice typing, it's going to activate this icon here. And so when you're ready to speak, all you need to do is just click on this, the microphone icon, and then you're ready to speak. So I'm just going to speak now, and here I go. Joseph and Victoria, you are doing just a wonderful job with emerging technologies. So you could actually use phrases like period, new line, and then it goes to a new line. So I'm going to say period, and then gives me a period, new line, and then it goes to a new line. So while you're busy getting resources for all of your lesson planning and other things, you can just forget about typing, and then you just speak to Google Docs, and then you have everything written there. All you need to do is when you're done, you just go back and edit this. So Victoria, I'm sure that by the time you get back to your class, you never want to have your fingers on your keyboard anymore.
At all. This is a great way to type faster without my fingers. Thank you so much, Antonia, for that. Yeah. So, Joseph, you're going to show us a demonstration on a powerful use case of machine learning, which is Google Lens. So,
yes,
take it right away.
I agree with you. Google Lens is a very powerful use case of machine learning. It makes life easy for me. Yeah. So, you can see on my screen, my phone, and on it I have the lens. which is the Google Lens. So let's see how it works. I'm going to tap to open. Right here, my Google Lens is up. You can search using your camera or using a photo you have in your system. So I'm going to use a photo of this tree right here to search for similar trees. And let's assume I don't know the name of the tree and the functions or anything about the tree. So I just tap on it and Google Lens will pick it up and take it off. It goes to the internet to get me results of what I just ran a search on using the image. So the name of the image, I can get it right away from here, the name of the tree. I get the name, I get the overview, and I can also get uses of this particular tree. Okay, so that is one of the uses of Google Lens, searching using photos or pictures. You can also activate the camera. Okay, I'm going to search for this object right now. Let's assume I don't know it. So I'm searching for it. I'm running a search on this on the internet using a search. So I tap it and it's going to run a search on this for me right in the internet. And I see similar products as you can see on my screen right here. So from here, I can take it up and read more about this particular object. It could be a plant. You don't know the name of the plant and you want to know the name of the plant. All you just have to do, get your Google Lens and get going. With the Google Lens, it has also made life very easy for me. Okay, if I have a body of text to type, I just bring up my Google Lens, then click on text at the bottom. As you can see, I've changed to text, and I'm going to capture this text. As you can see, it has recognized the text. I'll tap open, and I'm going to select the text. Select, then from there, I can listen or translate this text or copy the text. I'll copy this and use it to prepare my lesson plan. Please don't use this to copy people's work without giving recognition to them. Okay, so the Google Lens is a very great tool. Our learners can also use Google Lens to solve mathematical equations. Okay, so if they have an equation they want to solve and they are finding it difficult to solve, so just pick up the Google Lens and get it to scan the question, and off it takes you away. And the question is solved right there for you. You see different solutions, and you can pick any one from there. It makes life so easy. Think of all the possibilities, all that our learners can actually get from this. Thank you very much, Victoria.
What a world of possibilities this technology can offer to us. Simply amazing. Okay, so we're going to look at the augmented reality Google search. And I know Antonia is super excited to do this demonstration. Take it away, Antonia.
Thank you so much, Victoria. Again, this is the moment that I have been waiting for. So I'm sure educators, you're ready to go on with me as we look at augmented reality and how we can use it in our classes. Now, many thanks to Google, you can now view the 3D images of so many animals just by doing a Google search. So I'm just going to go up here and I'm going to search. Let me search for an animal. I want to wow my learners, my early learners with a shark. So I'm just going to search for shark. And then down here, you can see I can view this in 3D. So I'm just going to click on this, view in 3D, and you will be amazed at what we're going to see now. So now we're going to have this shark come up, and then our learners can actually manipulate the shark. They can turn it around. They can do quite a lot with it. Okay. All right. So it's trying to look. Yeah. So here we have our shark. So our learners can actually hear the sound that the shark makes. So for instance, if you're having a lesson with your early years learners and you're learning about animals under the sea, so you can pull this out and then this is the shark. So you can actually make this bigger. Your learners can turn this around. Look at that. You can actually go up and let's see what the teeth, oh my God, your learners will be excited to see how the teeth of this shark looks like. Look at that. So there's a lot that you can do. Your learners can actually learn the different parts, the fin, the tail. You can turn this around. But that's not the most amazing part of this. Now, what I want to show to you is something that will wow your learners. So you'll now be able to view this in your space, in your classroom. So if you click on view in your classroom, it says the object is blended, and then it gives me a prompt to point my phone down on an empty space and move it around slowly. Okay, so I'm moving this around slowly. Yes, because why I'm doing this is because it's trying to get a background where this shark is going to sit on. So I'm just going to be moving around, and then I'm going to move around. You're just going to have to stand up and move this very slowly around. Oh, it says it can't find the floor. That's probably because I'm sitting. So I'll just have to stand and then point this at the floor and move slowly, slowly. Oh, yeah. So here we are. And that's the point. It has marked the point where the shark will be coming up. And so, oh my God, I can hear the shark. So look at this. The shark is in my room. Look at that. It's right there in my room. So the learners can actually come here and have selfies. Take selfies of this Great. Okay, so they can actually come behind the camera and then you do selfies. You can take videos, like can record, or just take snapshots by your learners just standing there. They don't know that the shark is in there. So imagine having to bring in baby shark into your class. I'm sure your learners will be super, super excited. I'm sure you can't wait to get back to class tomorrow to wow your little learners. So augmented reality is so fun. Victoria, I know you're ready to do this in your class, right?
I'm excited. Joseph, you want to say something?
No, I'm just laughing at the demo.
That's
It's
fine.
great to actually see the shark in real life. It's fantastic.
So you just need to be ready for the opera and the excitement that you're going to have in class if you're about to try this. All right, so Antonia, we're moving over to the art projector. Talk about this powerful tool, okay, that you can see a painting in a real life size.
Yes, Victoria, because sometimes we just look at paintings and we're not able to see the details. But with the Google Arts and Culture, you can actually see the details, tiny details, just even like the brush strokes, you can actually see them. So I'm just going to show you how you can do this. So if you go to Google Arts and Culture, so you have this option to use the art filter, art transfer, art selfie, but I'm just going to be using the art projector. Okay, so when I click on the art projector, just like the augmented reality, it's going to ask me to point this to the floor. Now, why it's doing this is because it wants to mark where the floor is. Okay, it says I should try moving backward to unfreeze my screen. Okay, so while I'm doing this, it's trying to mark the background that it's going to lay the artwork. Okay, it says point the camera to the floor and move it in a circle or place the artwork on the stand. So you just keep moving in a circle. Okay, just keep moving, point to the floor. Okay, and then you have, it says I should try moving backward. It's just trying to do the setting for me. Okay, so but what happens when this, I'm going to point this to a wall to see if it's going to capture the wall. Okay, so but basically what this is supposed to do for me is just to mark where it's going to place the artwork. And okay, so I think I don't have enough lighting indoors at the moment for this particular art because it actually requires a lot of lighting. So if I had as much lighting as needed, then I will now see the artwork being projected and it will come up in full view. So you can try this at home. Just get somewhere that's well lit, and as you roll this, you're going to have it and you see the artwork projecting really, really big, and then you can see the details of the artwork, and then you can actually zoom in or place this on the wall, take a selfie with this, and then you'll be able to work with it. So Victoria, I'm sorry I can't have you have this at the moment because probably I don't have enough lighting in the room where I am. But with this, you can
Yes.
actually
And
try it at home.
your floor is very shiny. So your floor is very shiny and there's not enough lightness. So thank you very much for that, Dem. I love the energy you're putting into that.
Okay, it's okay actually because now that we know that there is something like this, so it's now left for us to go explore. Antonia, let's talk about Google Maps, Live View, and Street View. Take us on that demonstration as well.
Okay, so Victoria, with the live views on Google Maps, you can actually find your way around town. So you don't need to start calling to ask, oh, how do I get here? So I'm just going to show you how to do that. And this is also a fun way you can get your learners to understand geography and the way the city is planned and how to get somewhere. So I'm going to be searching from where I am. I'm going to try to search Port Harcourt Pleasure Park. I live in Port Harcourt, so I'm going to be searching for Port Harcourt Pleasure Park. So it's just quickly taking me over there, and then I have directions. Okay, so when you go to directions, that's it. So you have it here. So it's going to tell you how many minutes you need to walk, how many minutes that you can take you from where I am to where to get to Pleasure Park. So yes, Victoria, it's something that our geography learners will really benefit from.
Great, thank you. All right, Joseph, let's go into the art of storytelling. Okay, using a
Yes.
powerful tool called Google Spotlight Stories. Show us more on how this works.
Yes. So Spotlight, Google Spotlight Stories is another powerful tool for storytelling, especially telling stories without words or text. Okay, now you can see my phone on the screen. Right away, you see stories right here. This is stories. So this is Google Spotlight Stories. So I'm going to open it, launch it right here. So it has been launched, and you can see at the top you have the menu. You can tap to navigate to any part of this app. Now these are different stories. We have the Age of Stone, Piggy, Back to the Moon. We have different stories right here. As you scroll through, you see the different stories that we have right here. So we're going to pick just one, how we can use it with our learner on eyes. Okay, so you tap to launch, you can read the preview and tap to play. Wow, story is coming up right now. Now, as the story is playing, you can move your screen around to see all parts of the story. You see the different perspective of the story. Imagine what this can do to our learners, what they can learn from this tool. In real life, there are different perspectives to every story. So with this, our learners will learn how to make the connections in the story that they are watching or listening to. They will draw their own conclusions from the story. So just keep moving it around. You see the different angles, the different perspectives, the different sides of the story. No words, no storytelling right here, but just watching it like this and moving it around, they can make their own connections and draw their own conclusion. This is a very powerful tool in storytelling. So giving this to our learners is a very great tool. I can turn the device and see it the other way around. So whichever way they want to, you can turn and see all of this. So I will encourage us to use this with our learners. It's a very great tool, and I'll see you or hear about your experiences by the time you're done using this next in our Walkabout Africa program. Thank you very much, Victoria.
All right, thank you so much, Joseph. That was truly interesting to see you do that. Okay, so what you're noticing is that there are changes all around us. And so there are new technologies that are emerging every day. And so the only way to make sense of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. So be open to change and be aware of what is out there. This is just the start. So here you can see a new video technology called Google Starline, where soon we are going to be able to experience video calls with someone as if they were in 3D right there with you, just like we saw the baby shark. So that takes video technology to a whole new level. All right, so as we close off the series, we would like to do a big shout out, a very big one at that, okay, to all of the organizations who have been involved. The Google Digital Skills Africa team for motivating the need for this series, the Google for Education team for their incredible product and dedication to education. And to Open Network, thank you for all the hard work in preparing each of these sessions and preparing presenters, also running a teacher cohort. MKB Consulting, thank you so much for ensuring that the series reaches more people in Nigeria. MKB has worked closely with many schools on a one-to-one basis, helping to implement these trends. Well done on all your hard work on your teacher cohort as well, Spheralitical, especially for the advertising, tweeting, and sharing this series out, and also to Snapify Education for sharing it with your teacher networks. And yes, what to say, a big shout out and thank you to an incredible human, Mr. K. Mr. K has made a profound impact on many people's lives. He is dedicated to transformation in education. So, Mr. K, thank you so much for all that you do. Okay, and we say thank you and thank you. As always, there is a resource pack filled with links to all the incredible tools that we have showcased in the session today, along with many more. So look into the chat to get that resource pack. And for the last time, please leave us your feedback on the series and in the session. We would like to hear and also learn from you as well. And finally, before I say my last thanks, I would like Joseph and Antonia to have theirs.
Thank you very much, Victoria. I'm very grateful to be here today. And thank you all for all the hard work that has been put into this presentation. And to all our listeners out there, I'm saying thank you for joining us today.
Antonia.
Well, thank you from me. Thank you for having me on this session today. And to our audience, I just want to say, keep learning, and keep learning. Bye.
Yes. So finally, thank you so much, every one of you, for being a part of us. Okay, so keep learning and just keep learning. Thank you.
Thank you.